much on the line for both of these teams of felines. The Lions have not won a home game in this building for the last 10 weeks. They will look to change that tonight. Meanwhile, it is always Orange Shirt Day here at BC Place, and I can assure you that Glenn Suiter's not wearing an orange tie for any other reason than the fact we're going to continue to celebrate and recognize National Truth and Reconciliation Day on Monday. The Lions have done a great job with this initiative for the last 4 years, and we will continue to tell you those stories. Now, another story is these two quarterbacks. It wasn't that long ago that both Bo Levi Mitchell and even Nathan Rourke a couple of weeks ago were benched. Bo came back with a vengeance. What are you expecting from Nathan, Glenn?
Yeah, the offense struggled against the Argos in their last game, but Rick Campbell didn't waste any time when they returned from the bye to name Nathan Rourke as his starter. In fact, some questioned the timing when he was pulled. But Bo Levi Mitchell for the Ticats has scratched and clawed his way into the MOP discussion, the only quarterback in the league over 4,000 yards passing at this point.
Scott Milanovich says momentum is a powerful tool, and it is building in Hamilton right now. And as for Rick Campbell, he raised more than a few eyebrows with his decision at halftime of that game against the Argos. We'll see how his team and his quarterback responds here tonight. Terry Williams deep to receive for the Lions. Mark Leggio, who kicked a walk-off game winner for the first time in his CFL career, set to kick it off, and we are underway. Williams takes it inside his own 10, left side 20, 30, 40. He's got room, beats the kicker, one man to beat, crosses midfield, out of bounds at the Hamilton 48-yard line. Good start for the Lions on special teams.
Well, in the first return for Terry Williams, over 40 yards in those big play department on the kickoff return, but a big one to get things started and get this crowd revved up here in BC Place.
Great field position for the Lions following that return for Nathan Rourke. Get to their lineups in a moment with a few changes on the offensive side there. They'll begin at the 49-yard line. Rourke sends McInnes and Hatcher to the right side. Looks like a blitz is coming. Rourke gets it out quick to McInnes. Puts out the stiff arm. Gets to the 40-yard line where he is close to first down yardage.
Nathan Rourke as a starter has won 2 of the last 3, that including the game over in Victoria against Ottawa. Then they went to Montreal. He won that one. And then both quarterbacks struggled against that Argo defense. As I mentioned, Rick Campbell didn't waste much time coming out of the bye. He named Nathan Rourke as the starter. See if he can bounce back from that Argo game that both quarterbacks really struggled.
And with another game of no David Mackey for the Lions, Rourke will continue to handle short yardage duties. Takes off to his right, picks up 3 yards and a first down for BC.
Take a look at the experience up front between Michael Couture and Suk Chung. 257 combined games for those two. Your leaders need to play big in the big games, and boy, are they big now down the stretch here. No Alexander Hollins in the lineup. Stanley Berryhill will play for him at wideout, and Stanback just 41 yards away from another 1,000-yard season.
BC first down at the Hamilton 37. The fake to Stanback. Rourke's going to keep it up the middle. Not much there. Maybe 4 yards before being brought down at the 33.
Casey Sales missed last week. He leads the Ticats in sacks with 5 on the season. He's back in the lineup. And then you go to the linebacking core. 80 defensive tackles for Kyle Wilson. And Ryan Baker, who's making his 5th straight start back to where he grew up, just next to North Vancouver here in the Lower Mainland. And Jamal Peters leads the Ticat secondary in interceptions.
Baker, a former high school quarterback at Windsor, rival of your old school, Carson Graham. 2nd and 6 for the Lions. Rourke looks left. Going to take off now, still trying to keep this play alive. He's got Javon Couture back over the middle for a first down inside the 20-yard line. Takes a few Hamilton tacklers with him.
How about that for a confident throw from Nathan Rourke, going all the way back across. I mean, he's going to escape out to this side as that 3-man pressure starts to get close to the quarterback and then go right back over to the hash mark. That's a dangerous throw, and he got away with it.
Lions trying to go tempo here. Into the score zone. This time they give to Stanback. Has some room on the left, breaks 1 tackle before being brought down close to another first down. Jamal Peters with the tackle for the Ticats, and he is slow to get up, Glenn.
Yeah, he's going to need some medical attention here. He went down immediately on first contact. I believe it was first contact on Stanback. Right there, it looks like he contact from the helmet to the shoulder. Great season so far for Jamal Peters. I mentioned he's leading the Ticats in the back end with 4 interceptions, but also has the 7 PBUs. I'm calling them PBUs. Passes broken up, and for DBs, that's what it is. It's a pass defended. Knockdowns are at the line of scrimmage. I'm just going to start that.
Just do
trend.
it. Let's
I'm
do
just
it.
going to do it.
Weren't you the guy that had them change the name of the All-Stars?
No, I don't.
No, I think it was you.
Well, we hope Jamal's okay. He looks like they're just going through the standard, checking the neck. And
one of a number of Argos that made their way down the QEW to Hamilton this year and just signed a contract extension earlier this week. And Stanback's 233 pounds. That's tough to get in the way of, especially with a helmet.
Right, and he had his pad level down too, Stanback. So Peters took the...
Looks like the Lions will be just short of a first down when we come back. BC knocking at the door. Out for too much longer?
Well, he has to sit out 3 plays, but Chris Jones, defensive coordinator, senior defensive assistant, we'll call him.
That's a good title.
Yeah. Defense has played differently since he's arrived. Say what you want about him as a head coach, and I know there's lots of opinions about that in Canada. It's always been an innovator on the defensive side of the ball.
Rourke, meanwhile, with inches to go, has it to the goal line. Nathan Rourke opens this game with a touchdown. Very good opening drive for the BC Lions, capped by a 7-yard touchdown from their quarterback, Nathan Rourke. His last play against the Argos 2 weeks ago, also a scamper, and he does it here again. Well,
he finds the gap at the line of scrimmage, but he wasn't going down on that contact from the safety, Katsatonis. He would not be denied at the 1-yard line.
Those two spent some time training together. That might be a topic of conversation if they do it again this summer. Sean White on to attempt the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. The Lions with a 6-play, 49-yard drive in just over 3 minutes to take a 7-0 lead in a crucial game for both of these teams.
Yeah, it really is. And this one starts out, though, what you don't see is the big return from Terry Williams in the opening kickoff. That got the great field position with great confidence. Nathan Rourke throws it all the way across the flow into the middle of the field. He gets away with that to Katoy, gets him down there. This is the run off the left side of the offensive line from Williams Stanback, and then watch this contact and Rourke saying, nope, I'm getting in.
And you know he's feeling it coming into this game. There was a lot of conversation about what should have happened in that Argo game, what did happen, and he needs to get his game back.
Well, he just had put a touchdown on the board. They struggled out of the gate, no question, but he had just put together a touchdown drive and was pulled after that drive, and that's what all the question and the discussion began here in Vancouver. But as I mentioned, Campbell didn't waste time when they came back from the bye.
Stefan Flintoff kicks it deep. Lawrence Woods with the return, gets across the 30, has some room, brought down across the 35-yard line.
So when you think of the start of the Hamilton Tiger Cats losing their first 5 out of the gate, Bo Levi Mitchell in 3 of those threw for over 300 yards, and really it was one of those situations where you say he's not the reason, and yet they're still struggling. Now, he did throw some picks. He had a little bit of an interception issue early on, but he is back in a big way. His last 3 games, all wins, outstanding, averaging over 300 yards a game.
First quarterback in the CFL this year to cross the 4,000-yard mark. We'll get into the historical ramifications of that. TJ Lee now on the blitz, but lots of time. Checks it out to the left side where the tackle is made by Ryder Varga. Robinson with the reception for a short gain for Hamilton.
Talk about experience in the O-line. I think the veterans in these big games are the guys that are going to lead the way, and David Baird and Brandon Revenberg have a combined 267 games of experience. They do get Greg Bell. That was a decision that had to be made right at game time. James Butler is a scratch. Greg Bell is playing. And Shamar Bridges has been their hottest receiver the last 3 weeks.
Mitchell on 2nd and 7, looking deep. And it is dropped. That is Brendan O'Leary Orange. Had the ball in his hands. You can't throw it much better than that if you're Bo Levi Mitchell. But the Ticats come up empty, 2 and out.
Yeah, he comes out of the slot, number 4, straight down the field on the numbers. And you're right, he has a little bit of room there in behind Ronald Kent. Kent kept with it, but that's a flat drop. He had it in his hands.
Nick Constantino with the punt. Terry Williams, after that brilliant opening play kickoff return, fields it at his own 15. Cuts inside, gets to close to the 30-yard line before being brought down. Nathan Rourke with touchdown runs on his last 2 drives.
When you think about his 2 starts before that game against the Argos, he's adding to the overall totals 5,227 yards. He was over 300 yards in both of those wins against Ottawa and Victoria, and in Montreal against a very good Alouettes defense. So I don't think, I mean, there was a lot of discussion. I don't think much surprise.
But he was 5 of 7 for over 100 yards in the second quarter, which is what led to so many of the questions. It just didn't make sense. Play action up the seam to Javon Catoy. He's trying to fight off a tackle from Katsantonis before he crosses midfield, gets to the 45-yard line. And we'd like to welcome those who've been watching Edmonton and Winnipeg in the first half of our CFL on TSN doubleheader. The Lions with an opening drive touchdown, and now following that up with their second possession of the game, with Rourke finding Javon Catoy for a big gain. 37 yards, 1st and 10 at the 44. Now the quick throw to Berryhill, has blockers out in front. Good job by Hamilton to get to the ball to limit the gain to 4 yards.
That game against the Argos, I think Rick Campbell, we talked to him this week, was telling us that he didn't feel like his team had the jump in their step that they'd seen in Montreal and the game in Victoria. A lot of hype around that game in Victoria for sure. Team played great and, you know, complimentary football, but they just didn't have the energy it looks like they do tonight.
Lions spread Stanback out to the top of the screen and go empty. Hamilton brings an extra. Rourke escapes to his right, has all sorts of room, has the first down before sliding at the 33-yard line for a gain of 11, and the sticks move for BC.
He's making decisions very quickly here tonight in these first 2 drives. There's no question. You saw that in the seam route throw to Javon Catoy. Watch his quick decision here. He saw that stunt coming through the middle clean, and he decided to escape, knew where the marker was, and saved himself from a hit. Good decision.
Lions going tempo again here after the first down run by Rourke. This time the give to Stanback. Stanback gets through the first wave. It's about half the yardage needed for the first down before being brought down.
Both these teams are good on first down. I mean, they've been up there around the 7-yard mark per game. And there's Jordan Maksimic, the offensive coordinator, had the bye week to prepare for this one and do a little self-scouting. Usually do that in the bye week. Take a look at what you do well and what you can improve upon.
2nd and 4 for the Lions here after a gain of 6 from Stanback. This time the give or the fake to Stanback, and a quick throw again to Catoy, who again breaks a tackle before being brought down. And we're seeing a lot of that from the big guy out of the Langley Juniors in Javon Catoy.
Yeah, both these teams have sort of a tight end type of player. A player that you see more down south than you do in Canada. But Javon Catoy, we've talked about that for him. 6'5", 230 pounds, big target. Ticats have one too.
That's Catoy down right now after that hit. And Catoy has been a fairly underutilized member of this Lions receiving corps this season. Through 11 games, just 29 receptions for 320 yards, and he's still looking for his first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, well, when you consider 37 targets, and you know, he was a big-time target 2 years ago when Nathan Rourke was a starter, and when this season, you know, when it was Vernon Adams that started, I guess the targets dropped a little bit. The defense was dictating that, I'm sure, but 37, and compared to a guy like the leader in Justin McInnes, who has 106 targets at this point in the season. That's a big difference, and it's about opportunity sometimes for receivers.
3 catches for 63 yards so far here. And, you know, talking to Jordan McSimic about his usage, one of the things that almost works against Catoy is he's so good in so many areas. And he becomes so valuable as a blocker for the Lions that he just becomes so tempting to leave in there as an extra guy instead of potentially releasing him down the field a little bit. But you talk about his connection with Vernon Adams. Last year, he wound up catching 88% of his targets, which led the league. So when you get it to him, chances are good things are going to happen. They just haven't necessarily got it to him as much as they might with other players.
Yeah, the old saying, right, Farhan, there's only one football.
Yeah.
And you got Justin McInnis, who's leading the league in receptions and targets and all of that. So,
well, and his value even increases now with David Mackey out of the lineup.
Yes.
You know, for the number of things that Mackey does, and Catoy does some of that. Kieran Poisson coming into the game right now, the rookie out of the West Shore Junior program. So one junior player replacing another for now.
And you know, he had a lot of fun on the roster for that game in Victoria against Ottawa.
Absolutely.
A lot of his teammates.
3 blocks from Royal Athletic Park is where he spent the last couple of years while playing, originally from Regina. See if they get him involved here. But 1st and 10 for the Lions following the Catoy reception inside the Hamilton 19. This time the gift to Stanback, who bounces left, fighting his way through more tackles. The first guy doesn't look like they can bring Stanback down tonight. Another gain of 5.
Yeah, he's got it going. You get about 6 yards a crack with Stanback, then you know Jordan McSimic will stick with this to keep that balance. And that the corner and Moxie stepping up there to, he's filling in for Jamal Peters at the corner right now. Turned him inside, sorry.
And Wilborn in for Moxie's spot. 2nd and a short 5. The quick throw to Poisson, had to catch it twice. And it looks like that was incomplete. Dropped it the first time.
Yeah, young guy, you know he's a little bit nervous, and here he is, number 4 on that quads formation to the right. Sits down in the curl, reads it well, and just took a peek at the goal line. And just hope that Nathan Rourke goes back to the young guy and gives him another shot.
3rd and 5, BC going forward here. Rick Campbell uncharacteristically aggressive. Are they actually going for it?
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to draw him offside.
Rourke barks out the signals twice now. And BC takes the time count penalty and sets up for a
time count violation. BC number 12. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Not a bad idea to do that, although I'd love to see an offense one time do it once, do it twice, and then actually go and run a play. Try to lull the defense into a bit of a...
Sean White,
Sean White, who is 37 of 40 on his field goal attempts this season.
Perfect. Last couple of games we found out he is mortal.
Perfect from inside 30 though. This one from 26. Pick is up. And it is good as the Lions open up a 10-point lead with just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bo Levi Mitchell with a big lead. The CFL passing list for this year, he looks to add to his 4,000 when we come back. Years ago, Bo Levi Mitchell got benched. You think Scott Milanovich thought it would turn out like this?
Well, he got benched and Taylor Powell got hurt. And when he got hurt in that Edmonton game, he gave Bo another chance. And Bo just took that opportunity and ran with it because, as you mentioned, I mean, there's quite a separation here between Zach, who had a big night, and before us here tonight, and Bo in 4,000 yards.
No interceptions in his last 125 attempts through 4 games. That's what the doctor ordered if you're the head coach. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 from the 40. The fake, the reverse. Tim White with it. Penalty flags on the play before he is brought down by Ronald Kent Jr.
That's in the secondary, so on a running play, it would likely be an illegal block or holding.
Holding. Hamilton number 17. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
Shamar Bridges.
puts him behind TJ Lee there.
Marginal. Let's call it marginal.
All right, 1st and 20 from their 30-yard line for Bo. 10 more yards, no problem. Bo looking to pass, swings it out this time to Bell. Bell one-on-one with TJ Lee, who gets a piece of him before he is brought down by Jalen Edwards-Cooper.
Sione Tehema leads the BC Lions front four in sacks. He's actually tied for the league lead in sacks with 7 so far. And you take a look at that linebacking core. We mentioned TJ Lee, and he's wearing that, what do they call him again?
Guardian cap.
The Guardian cap, yes, on top of the helmet tonight. Interesting. Christophe Bellieu will start at safety. Interesting to watch his development and growth as a young player. Ricciardo Laval. Jalen Edwards-Cooper back in lineup.
Bo on 2nd and 14, drops back to pass, looks deep to Keandre Smith, and just overthrows him at the BC 30-yard line. Another 2 and out for the Ticats.
Yeah, the difference between a post and a post seam, and Keandre Smith looked like he ran a post, and Bo Levi Mitchell threw the post seam. It's almost like a little bit of a stumble coming out of this break. Here's the post move, and then up the seam. And Bo thought he'd just be a little further outside that hash mark.
3rd and long, Constantino on to punt it, skies that punt. Williams takes it at his own 21, has some room on the left, flags come out. Looks like a block in the back there. We'll get to it when we come back, but just out of the reach of Keandre Smith, a potential big play for Hamilton, lost.
Anishinaabe people, the 7 symbols. Turtle represents truth, buffalo respect, save honesty, wolf humility, beaver wisdom, bear courage, eagle love, and the child's hand stands for every child matters. It's a beautiful way for the league to show their commitment to recognizing the past and also focusing on a path forward full of awareness, education, and action. Guys.
Thanks, Chantel. And this is about so much more than just branding opportunities. It really does matter to this franchise and to the Canadian Football League. And it's nice to see them continuing to push that forward.
Yeah, inclusivity and, to recognize truth and reconciliation, and everybody wants to bring attention to it. The logos are fantastic. The artists who did them are outstanding. I mean, at times I've thought, boy, I'd love to see that for an entire season.
Sure. Meanwhile, a first down run that netted 10 plus for William Stanback, gets a first down, and now a short completion to Stanley Berryhill in the right flat, picks up 4 yards, making it 2nd and 6. And Lions managed to score in their first 2 drives, and the biggest thing was they stayed out of 2nd and long throughout both drives.
Yeah, and then got their defense on the field and didn't allow Bo Levi Mitchell to respond.
Javon Catoy still trying to loosen up that ankle on the sideline. See if he gets back in. Even more orange out here than usual. 2nd and 6 for Rourke and the Lions. This time the quick throw, and he just misses Keon Hatcher. Looked like he had the distance, but just a bit outside.
Yeah, but what I've been impressed with the play of Nathan Rourke in this first quarter is just his decisions, how quickly he's making these decisions and where he wants to go with the ball. Yeah, he missed on this throw. It was outside, and Hatcher couldn't get it and reel it in. But he's making the quick decisions and reads and knows where he wants to be with the football.
Flintoff back to punt. Woods takes it at his own 38. Penalty flag down on the play.
That could be very good field position if this is no yards.
Crave presents the next chapter in the Batman saga, starring Academy Award nominee Colin Farrell.
BC number 29. 15-yard penalty.
The Penguin, an HBO original limited series, is streaming now only on Crave. Penalty against the Lions there.
Yeah, it is no yards, and that ball was caught in the air, so this is gets Bo Levi Mitchell almost to center field.
Bit of a short kick there by Flintoff. We've seen him twice hit the scoreboard here. That wasn't close to that. Best field position of the night for Hamilton as we get into the final 2.5 minutes of the quarter at their own 53-yard line. This time the fake to Bell, pressure from Covington, and he is sacked. We'll see who gets credit for it. Ely also in along with Josh Archibald, but the Lions get home.
Yeah, it looked like it came from the wide side of the field where just a straight like 6-man pressure. One more than they could block. Covington, the free guy.
Yeah, Covington left alone. Josh Archibald cleaned that up for a 4-yard loss to make it 2nd and 14 as Hamilton still looking for a timeout. Or for a first down, I should say.
Come.
More pressure this time. Mitchell looks to his left. He's found Bridges, but he is brought down well short of the first down.
Had to throw hot because of the blitz, and Bridges was the hot target. So it was the right decision. However, because of the loss on first down, just no way that they were going to get to first down with this quick throw as long as the tackle was made, and it was by Ace Ely.
Constantino back on to punt. Terry Williams at his own 10-yard line. Another sky-high kick. Williams fields it at his own 10. This time looks to his right, makes one man miss, brought down just across the 20-yard line.
BC Lions offensively will not have for probably a couple weeks. He's on the 6th game, but you can always take a guy off the 6th game early without Alexander Hollins. We'll see if Stanley Berryhill gets a chance to make the most of this opportunity replacing him. No targets yet here tonight. No, he did have the one hitch pass. That's right.
Couture still on the sidelines for Rick Campbell's offense. Poisson stays in the game. This time to give to Stanback, who came into that play 6 yards away from 1,000, picks up 4 of the yards right there, knocking on the door. But again, the Lions controlling first down, put themselves in 2nd and manageable from their own 25-yard line.
Last time the Lions played Hamilton was way back at the beginning of the season, a win versus the Ticats. Stanback had almost 100 yards in that one. Nice 6-yard average.
Remember that big pass he caught up the seam?
Yeah.
Wide open, no one near him for the touchdown. Possibly the last play of the quarter here. Hamilton showing blitz. This time, Rourke looks over the middle, has McInnes, but he can't hang on as he is hit by 2 Ticats, including Will Sunderland. Lions go 2 and out again.
Yeah, this was a seam where he had to thread the needle. Katsatonis, the safety's coming from inside out. He's the guy who makes the contact and separates the ball. Number 30 had a nice interception in their last game against the Argos and breaks that one up.
Teams are doing everything they can to take away that bender route, they like to call it, for McInnes, which has been a big change since the first half dozen games of the year. Flintoff on to punt again. That one almost blocked. Best kick of the day, though. Woods is forced inside his own 30. BC there to contain the return. And that's the end of the quarter. The Lions with a 10-0 lead. Hamilton still looking for their initial first down of the game. When we come back to BC Place, playoff implications on the line between these two fields.
And the BC Hall of Fame inductees list was announced. TSN is proud to have 2 very special on that list who have contributed to the game of football, Mr. Glenn Suter and Mr. Farhan Lalji. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Hey.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. What are you supposed to say to that? You know what? I will say this. It's an honor to be a part of that.
Yes.
Because it was Bob Ackle's vision to create the BC Football Hall of Fame. And the amount of time I've coached in high school, just the other names that are in there, it's really cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, and Julio Caravetta also going in with us. And it's, yeah, you know, the first thing that comes to mind for me is just how much this game brings people together. I think of my high school football coach, Earl Henderson, Carson Graham Eagles in North Vancouver, and just what a positive influence he was on me and the journey to professional football. But yeah, great honor.
Thanks, Chantel. Check is in the mail. Greg Bell with the carry to open the second quarter. 5-yard gain for the Ticats. Brings up 2nd and 5.
You must have coaches too.
Oh, absolutely. You know, my original coach in high school was a guy named Alex Reed.
Yep.
And I got into coaching just so I could continue to be around him.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the impact somebody can have. And generally, the guys who don't know they're making the impact are the ones making the greatest impact. So I say thank you to all of them for sure. Lions showing pressure. Mitchell looking deep to White and just overthrows him.
Just missing some of these deep balls. And, you know, there has been open receivers. And I'm not putting it all on Bo Levi Mitchell as far as, you know, missing guys. But Keandre Smith had one down the seam in the first quarter. Barely missed there. Tim White, that's just another yard. There's about 3 or 4 big plays, over 30 yards if he can connect. See if they can get it done.
4th straight 2-and-out for the Ticats. Constantino on to punt. We've been saying that a lot. Terry Williams back to receive. The left footer sends another high kick, which Williams fields at his own 16-yard line. Ticats are right there to limit the return to next to nothing.
Take a look at William Stanback's game against the Hamilton Tiger Cats back in week 5. 44-28 win for the Lions. And that one, Stanback, 19 touches. You mentioned the big catch he made, couple of touchdowns. There's the big throw and catch down the seam. That's like a slot back running down the field.
Prior to that Toronto game, Stanback was over 500 rushing yards in his previous 5 games, along with 130 receiving yards. He was really, really becoming the focal point of the offense until that Argo game.
He's picked up some blitz nice in the protection game, too.
This time Stanback splits out. A quick throw to Kieran Poisson. Dropped the earlier one, but makes up for it right there. That might have been a face mask, but no flag on that play, but a positive gain on first down.
Yeah, and good for Nathan Rourke to go back to him, because, you know, if he's going to have to go a few series here without Javon Catoy, he's going to need Poussaint to come up big and make some of these catches, especially for first downs and over the middle. He'll probably be a curl guy reading against those zones. But after that drop down inside the 5, go right back to him, and there was a face mask there.
Not sure Rick Campbell's going to throw the challenge flag here, but 2nd and 4 for the Lions. Rourke looking to throw quick, now trying to scramble. First right, then left, escapes one more. Can he get past the 3rd? Rourke still alive, looking down the field and almost intercepted. My goodness. Broke about 6 tackles in the backfield before looking for Aiden Eberhardt, and then avoids disaster right there.
Well, how about the feet? Active feet, always moving, bouncing outside, giving up some depth. I thought he was going to throw it away, and then when he broke that tackle, I think he saw one guy open up.
I got tired just watching that.
Wow. That's out of the Trey Ford book right there.
Josh Archibald coming into the game a little late here. Flintoff getting set to punt. 3rd straight 2-and-out for the Lions after a pair of opening drives, scoring drives. Another good kick by Flintoff. Pushes Woods inside the 30, who makes one man miss before being forced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Nathan Rourke doing what he does so well, keeping plays alive, running, but can't come up with the big play at the end.
Hill back in his last game, that was 2 games ago against Ottawa, week 15, just shy of 100 yards and a touchdown. Both were healthy, both he and James Butler healthy for this game here tonight. Both made the trip, and it was a game time decision for Scott Milenovich, and a tough one because James Butler is a former Lion. So he knows he'd be motivated in that regard, but he likes the breakaway ability of Greg Hill here.
Yeah, he had a very big game in BC last game. Bell with the carry right there. Big hit by Ryder Varga when it looked like he might have had a crease there.
You take a look at his first 5 games in the CFL. He's 81 touches, 355 rush yards. He's got a nice 5.8, basically 6.6-yard average, which is higher than James Butler, although Butler had over 100 yards receiving the last time these 2 teams played at the beginning of the year.
Milenovich loves Bell's explosiveness. This time he is split out to the right on 2nd and 5, looking for the first down of the game, and I believe they've got it. Shamar Bridges with a gain just across the line to gain.
Yeah, and that's what I'm sure Scott Milenovich and Bo Levi Mitchell went and talked about at the sideline after the last 2 and out is they've missed on a few deep shots, but get back to running the offense. Let's see if we can keep the offense on the field, stay out there, get some first downs, let our defense rest at the very least.
Again, the first down of the game for Hamilton. As they approach midfield, this time another give to Bell, cuts back. Has some room before being brought down.
Yeah, explosiveness, good toughness between the tackles for Greg Bell, 200-pound running back out of San Diego State. And he can catch the ball, too. I mean, coming out of the backfield, he's make those catches in the open field as well.
Over 1,700 yards and 15 touchdowns in his 2 seasons at San Diego State. The program has produced some pretty good running backs for the professional level. 2nd and 5 again. Lions showing blitz. They come with 5. Mitchell throws to the right and nobody home. Underthrows Bridges as he was stepping backwards.
Yeah, I think Shamar Bridges either ran the wrong route or Bo Levi Mitchell. They just go and make sure they're on the same page and communicate with each other, because he threw it to a curl that was about 15 yards down the field, and Bridges was an extra 5 yards beyond that point. So the timing and coordination just off a little bit there.
Another punt for Hamilton. Setting up to push BC very deep. Antonio again, great hang time. Williams fields it inside his own 20, crosses the 25 before being run out of bounds. When we come back, Stavros Katsantonis comes back to where he played college football and had great success. Chantel will have more on his Bakersfield Bandit. Born in Edmonton, raised in Bakersfield, and he's gotten to know the guy on the left pretty well. With more on their relationship, here's Chantel.
Yeah, Farhan, you actually mentioned it earlier that Stavros Katsantonis and Nathan Rourke have actually trained together in the offseason. Of course, Stavros has some ties to the local community because he went to UBC. In his last year, he linked up with sports core and trainer Rob Williams. And during the COVID year, Farhan, you were actually the one that connected Nathan Rourke and Rob Williams as well. And they trained together and they focused on total body control. But Stavros said it's been really cool to see Nathan's progress from being a backup to the OG, Mike Riley, and then, of course, having his MOC year in 2022 where he balled out, and then having a shot in the NFL. Stavros said that it's great that he's back in the CFL because Nathan deeply cares for the league. And most importantly, Stavros said he wishes him all the success, but unless Nathan is playing against him, then not so much, but it's against him in the Ticats. Farhan, Suits?
Yeah, I can imagine today's not the day he wants to have success. Meanwhile, William Stanbeck, they just announced he crossed the 1,000-yard mark. They just put that up here on the scoreboard. Teammates pretty excited. Lions again. Rourke looking to key on Hatcher.
Oh, another play. There you go. That's on cue. Katsantonis comes from the center field spot, and this guy was a turnover machine at UBC, by the way. In his career at UBC, he had 20 interceptions, 10 forced fumbles that he recovered. So that's 30 takeaways in his college career. Watch the range to get over to the sideline and break that play up, helping his fellow DB there just to covering a lot of ground to get there. That's the second pass breakup for Katsantonis.
One of 3 UBC players playing in this game. We mentioned Ryan Baker, Ben Haladic of the Lions, the other. All played in Vanier Cups as members of the Thunderbirds. Meanwhile, Flintoff with the kick. And Woods is able to get it back across his 40-yard line. Stavros Katsantonis, one of only 4 returning defensive starters from the Tabbies from last year, making his presence felt. 101st consecutive game as a member of the BC Lions since he's come here in 2018. Hasn't missed a single game. They haven't gone his way often here tonight. This time the swing pass out to Tim White. White trying to make some people miss, cuts back inside. Gain of 5 before he goes down at the 46.
Yeah, it was a good conversation we had with Rick Campbell about his defense and his defensive backs and how the game has kind of evolved offensively over the last couple of years. We'll get back to it after Bo calling the plays on the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. Hamilton has been in this second and medium space a lot in this game. Haven't been able to convert regularly, other than the 1 first down they've got. This time Mitchell looks to the right. That is picked off. Ronald Kent Jr. with the interception. And the Lions are in business. Kent Jr. with his first CFL interception.
Intended target, it looks like to me, was Keandre Smith. And he's running a deep out route, about the 50-yard line, and you could see that Ronald Kent just drops in his zone underneath that out route. And Bo didn't even see him. Didn't look like he did anyway.
The first interception for Bo in the past, this is not the 5th game. The previous 4, he didn't have one. 125 consecutive passes coming into this game, and that streak is over for the CFL's passing lead. Great field position for the Lions. Blitz is coming. Rourke pulls it, can't get it out. Eventually looks for Hatcher and is behind him, and those two have not been able to connect. It's just been off. Inside, outside, it just hasn't been there for Rourke and Hatcher.
Yeah, Keon Hatcher is in his 8th start since returning from injury, so that, you know Nathan and him have had lots of time to work together. This is 6 starts now for Nathan Rourke back, but I would suggest on that one anyway, there was pressure that involved with the incompletion.
Yeah, Moxie coming off the edge. Rourke completed 6 of his first 7 passes, now just 1 of his last 6, as the Lions in a rare 2nd and long here. Hamilton just bringing 3. Now that one squeezed into Kieran Poisson, and he brings it in.
Wow. I mean, how did that get in there? I mean, how did he thread this needle? I mean, look at how tight of coverage this is, and he gets it in there in time with 3 defenders right there. Just put it right on him.
I think that might make up for the drop.
Yeah, that's took a hit there.
And Rourke has spent a lot of time after practice, and really it's the younger receivers that typically stay out there. The older ones are trying to save their legs, and Poisson is one he spent a lot of time with. This time, the fake. Rourke looking deep. It's not there. He pulls it down to take off. Not much doing before being brought down.
Kyle Wilson was one of the reasons. I think one of the options here for Nathan Rourke was to get it to Berryhill, who was coming around from one side of the formation to the other, and he was going to just swing out here. And Rourke didn't really look at him at all because Kyle Wilson tracked him down and basically ran out there and covered him almost like man-to-man. He saw him coming around wide, and he said, well, I'll just stay out here in my flat and make sure I can come up and make that play. So Rourke decided to go down the field, didn't like it, and the protection broke down.
Dwayne Hendricks getting credit for the sack there for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11, the draw play to Stanback. Not much there. Good job reacting by the defense for Hamilton. That was Carthel Flowers Lloyd coming up to make the tackle, holding the gain to 2, and now the Lions have a decision to make with a possible 50-yard field goal. They trot Sean White onto the field.
Yeah, that's just a play that doesn't happen very often, where you're on 2nd and long like that, 2nd and 10, and go with the draw. 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, see it more often, but good tackling. Rally to that.
Sean White comes into this 2 for 2 on 50-yard plus field goals this season. Correction, make that 3 for 4 on 50-plus yard field goals. Jonah Tavai late coming onto the field. Lions are likely going to have to take a timeout here.
Timeout, BC.
Yeah, because the 5 yards puts it, well, it's not out of range for Sean White. His longest on the season is 52, but it would have been right in that area if they took the delay of game. And that take him out of field goal range.
And that could be the difference between a short field goal team and a long field goal team.
Yeah.
To get a cover guy out there. Lions with points on their first 2 drives. Neither team has managed any points since. As we get inside 5 minutes in the 2nd quarter remaining, Sean White, the kick has the distance. It is up, and it is good.
I ain't saying I'm an angel, baby, if you can't tell. saying he's a bad guy. All I know is that guy must have up and lost his mind tonight. 'Cause you're down to the ice.
Shaun White now 20 of 30 lifetime from 50 plus.
A little extra on it too. That might have made it from 60. Seen that this year.
Shaun White, second all time in terms of career field goal percentage, 88.1. Not bad to be a coach and have that security.
Well, just a handful of misses over the last 3 or 4 weeks, but perfect for most of the season.
This time Mitchell connects with Keandre Smith for a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5. Again, they've been here. 2nd and medium has been a theme for the Ticats, and they haven't been able to convert often. This time the Ticats going tempo.
Into the boundary here.
Lions only rush with 3. Lots of time for Mitchell, who checks it down to Bell. TJ Lee is there and upends him short of the first down.
Short but close enough that at this point I think Scott Milenovich will send the big guys in the short yardage unit out.
Yeah, Taylor Powell coming in. It's a long yard.
And that's, you saw that play to Greg Bell. That's put 3 receivers into the boundary and then get your back out of the backfield to the wide field into space. TJ Lee held him a yard short.
Lee really been thriving in that nickel spot. Ante Litre in as the short yardage quarterback. A local product from Simon Fraser, close to first down yardage. Looks like he's got it to the 50, which is all they needed to get to, and they do signal a first down.
You mentioned from Simon Fraser, and hopefully the new athletic director does the right thing at Simon Fraser and reinstates the football program up there. What a great opportunity for that individual to resurrect SFU football.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, the home team here with a 13-0 lead over the Ticats. 3 minutes to go. When we come back, we'll see if the Ticats can finish the half.
Look, not every game is going to be an offensive explosion. Defense front and center so far. You got to like games like that, right?
I like these games. I love it. I love it.
All right, we'll be talking about that at the half. Paul LaPolice here as well as the coaches.
Defense.
Wins championships. All right, back to Vancouver.
Suits is loving the all defense, I know. This is your thing.
I know Milt's not on the panel tonight because he would be just, you know, come on. We need to see scoring. We need to see points.
He'd be right. David, we got Davis. Meanwhile, deep shot here to Keandre Smith. Penalty flag on the play. Looks like Jalen Edwards-Cooper in his first game of the year might be called here for pass interference.
Yeah, I think I saw it live. It looked like there was contact well down the field. I mean, you can only...
Pass interference. BC number 8. Spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Of course, the home crowd won't like it, but, you know, this is... And I'm sure the argument for the Lions side and for Jalen Edwards-Cooper is that the ball was not catchable. But that little stop and go there from Smith, there was contact made. And that was illegal contact because the ball hadn't been thrown yet. But when it was thrown to that receiver, it's upgraded to pass interference.
That moves the ball to the 41.
And the first connection on a deep ball.
Yeah. Comes by a penalty. This time Smith motions to the right. 1st and 10. Some pressure. Checks it down to Jelani Robinson, who was brought down for no gain. That is Christophe Beaulieu, the rookie safety, in to make the play.
Well, that's a real good tackle by Beaulieu, but it's also a nice blitz pickup from Greg Bell, the tailback for the Ticats. He allowed Bo Levi Mitchell to get the ball out of there. He's going to come across the formation and make sure he takes all the pressure. And there's a blitz, a free man, and he takes that blitz. And now you make one guy miss, and you got yourself 7 or 8 yards for Robinson, but nice tackle on the open field.
6'8" Robinson, not easy to bring down. Basketball player converting over to football. 2nd and long. Pressure coming. Gary Peters gets to Mitchell for the sack and the big loss.
Just outstanding timing by the guy with over 100 games in his career. watch the timing by Gary Peters off the edge. He's going to wait till Sione Tehema gets up the field, then cuts underneath him. Perfect timing on that blitz from the secondary.
And that pushes them out of field goal range. It looked like after the pass interference, a very makeable field goal would be worst case, but now Constantino on to punt. Terry Williams back at his own 10-yard line. This time a bit of a shake. That ball bounces, takes a good bounce for Hamilton. It was almost a penalty if it had bounced out outside the 20. But they're marking it at the 17-yard line where the Lions will take over.
Just take a look here, because that well, they are marking it at the 17.
Again, the timing on the Peters.
Yeah, outstanding on Gary Peters, because he waited for Tehema to get, you know, up the field and engaged on the tackle. If he goes too soon, the tackle can pick up that inside rush, but Peters waited. You know, 100 games, that kind of experience will do that for you in the timing department.
Lions with the extra offensive lineman into the game right now. This time Hamilton showing blitz, the give to Stanback, who fights his way close to 7 yards on first down. And
1,000-yard running back, second to get there. Brady Oliveira also there for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
And with the Katoy injury, we're seeing more of the extra offensive line for BC.
So that is up to date. Brady Oliveira playing earlier tonight. Big win against the Edmonton Elks.
Boy, the Bombers look scary offensively after that performance tonight.
Well, both sides of the ball. Their defenses look great over the last 4 or 5 weeks, and it looks like their offense is catching up.
Yeah, if that offense catches up to the defense, the Bombers are going to be the team to beat.
Well, that's the team that the Lions are chasing, and they want to get back on track to get back in that fight for first in the division. The Bombers will improve to 9 wins now, and Rick Campbell's group sitting at 7, coming off that loss to the Argos.
Winnipeg also has the tiebreaker, so their magic number to clinch first is now down to just 2. Combination of Winnipeg wins and BC losses. Stanback picks up the first down. Rourke looking, has time. Now he's got to escape again, and he is still up on his feet. Rourke going to take off with it. Makes the best of a bad situation. Looking for a late hit there. Doesn't look like that's going to come, but a positive pickup for Nathan Rourke.
Wow.
After what could have been a disaster.
He is showing some outstanding footwork here to be able to escape like he has, and I'm sure the Chris Jones and the Hamilton defense will go in at halftime and say, listen, wrap him up. No more grabbing with one arm, and got close to that marker.
Looked like a BC coach took him down. It wasn't Ryan Baker. 2nd and 4 now for the Lions. Rourke drops back, side steps again, finds Berryhill on the cross. He's got the first down, and a little bit more, gets to the 44-yard line.
I'd say right now, you know, in the first quarter, the timing was there, and Rourke was getting the ball out of his hands quickly. In this second quarter, he's held on to it, and I'm going to give credit to the Hamilton secondary for that he's just not seeing open looks yet until that short crosser came across from Berryhill. He was looking downfield, couldn't find an open receiver, so give some credit to those guys in the back end for the Ticats.
1st and 10 for the Lions. This time he winds up swinging it out to Stanback, and you can tell on a few of these plays he's looking deep, and it's not there.
Yeah, he wants to take some shots. He's looking down the field. Again, Katsantonis has made some nice plays from the safety spot, so he's probably trying to move him, get him to move out of the middle of the field so he can maybe take a shot right down the middle. Hatcher or Justin McInnes.
Approaching 40 seconds to go in the half. Lions in hurry up here. 2nd and 8. Hamilton showing blitz. Rourke double clutches, gets it, complete to McInnes, who's still on his feet, crosses the 50, down to the 47-yard line with 25 seconds remaining. First down for the Lions.
Pressure's coming off the edge here from the Ticats. Just a stunt coming from Ryan Baker, the UBC product. He gets there, but just as Nathan Rourke is getting rid of the football, and Justin McInnis takes an extra big step back to make sure he gets separation.
Whistle on the play because of a Hamilton injury. Remember, the Lions have used a timeout already. We're down to 18 seconds left, and as for McInnis, that's just his second catch of the game. Good for 17 yards. The
timer, can you please reset the clock?
Into the CFL coming into this game.
Seconds.
Boy, Ryan Baker had a chance at a sack there coming from the linebacker spot and just got a little bit wide on Nathan Rourke. Show it to you one more time. That's a big completion. We'll get to that injury, but watch Baker come around on this stunt, and he has a shot at Nathan Rourke, but gets there just as he's releasing the football and is a little bit high in his angle. He's worked his way to the starting lineup on defense. I mentioned 5 straight starts for the 2-time Canada West All-Star at linebacker.
25 seconds to go for the Lions here in the first half. Dwayne Hendricks, the injured Ticat.
Nice looking Canadian setup down the middle with Ryan Baker at linebacker and Stavros Katsantonis at safety.
Former quarterback. First 3 years at UBC was a quarterback before he got switched to the defensive side of the ball.
I know some of his coaches from the Windsor Dukes in high school said he was a great leader. Even in grade 9, he could run the PE class for you. One of those guys.
I know some of those teachers. They want to kick their feet up and let the kids do the work.
Exactly. They just said, hey, Ryan, you just go ahead and run the PE class, and he'd do it.
Rourke this time, nice catch by Stanback on a low throw.
That's a tough one, and to keep his feet moving. I mean, you know, you can make that catch if you sort of sell out, dive for it, and get your arms underneath it, but watch him just pluck it off the turf. I mean, it doesn't touch, but he just pulls it off the turf there, off the top of his boot, and then turns the corner.
When the Lions get to their MOP voting as a team, Stanback and McInnis are going to make quite the case for it.
That's a good point.
Second and short for the Lions, 16 seconds to go. Rourke empties out the backfield, takes off again, has a receiver at the sideline, but a great defensive play. That is Destin Talbert with the pass breakup.
Yeah, he closed quickly, didn't quit that, because I think when Nathan Rourke got out there on this out, he had to switch his hips around because he's rolling to his left. By the time he kind of leaked out of the pocket to his left to get it out there to the sideline to Keon Hatcher, that took just watch him get his hips around there, and then he couldn't get just enough on it. Gave Talbot a chance to come back.
45-yard field goal attempt for Sean White, who was good from 50 the last time out. White with 2 field goals already in this game. Kick is up long enough, and it is good, but we do have a penalty flag on the play.
Well, it was only 3rd and 2, so 3rd and a long one. See who is. Giovanni Robinson looks like he comes up over a teammate and maybe called for pyramiding here.
Yeah, that appears to be the call if you're the Lions right now, though.
Pyramiding, Hamilton number 49. That penalty is declined. The field goal is good.
They don't have enough time anyway, but yeah, so they'll take the points. Don't want to take the points off the board, but this is illegal. You can't use a teammate to elevate yourself up to try and block a kick. It's actually a player safety issue.
Robinson at 6'8". Good guy to have in the middle of that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, go ahead and jump and use all of that 6'8" to get up there and try and get it. But
Levi Mitchell takes a knee. That should be it. One more time here, and we will go to the half. The Lions up 16-0. So the Lions score on their first 2 drives of the game, then a couple of long field goals on their last 2 drives of the half. Meanwhile, Bo Levi Mitchell.
He had a good first half.
He did.
A couple of couple of passes defended. That's what we're going to call it. John Perlberg, our stats guy, and I, we had a discussion here at halftime. Instead of PBUs, it's going to be passes defended. We're going with that the rest of the year.
There we go. Stefan Flintoff to Lawrence Woods. Takes it at his own 15. Tries to find the crease on the right. Gets one. Gets out to the 45. Good return to set the Ticats and Bo Levi Mitchell up with good field position. And Suits, this is not what we've been used to seeing for the past month from number 19.
No, I mean, but he had some deep shots in that first quarter, and he just missed on a few of them. I mean, 3 or 4. So if you add those up and he can find a way to connect with those in the second half, those numbers will change drastically. The one interception by Ronald Kent.
Ticats begin the half with the ball at their own 45. Play fake to Greg Bell. Looking to the left side to Keandre Smith, who has the reception for first down yardage across midfield, and we have a penalty flag.
That was real late. Almost has to be something said or something happened well after the whistle.
A couple of Ticat linemen signaling that it's against the Lions. Possible punch on the play here at the end of the play.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. BC number 90, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Matthew Betts on a uncharacteristic late hit of some kind.
Betts has been fairly quiet in the first half of this game. That's not how you want to make your presence felt in this one.
No, trying to find the penalty. It was well away from the play and really late. But great field position to start the second half for Bo Levi Mitchell.
Yeah, all the way to the BC 37-yard line. That's the deepest penetration for the Ticats in this game so far. Lions now look like they're showing 3 and then bringing one. It's Betts as the extra defender pass in behind James Tuck. He is brought down. Ryder Varga with the tackle in play.
Well, Bo Levi Mitchell having a conversation with the official right now, because that hit on him after he threw it was real borderline. I mean, late rush by Matthew Betts here. Ball's out. That's getting very, very close. Let's put it this way. I've seen flags fly for that.
For less than that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Greg Bell splits out to the left, far left. Quick throw inside behind Smith. Makes a nice adjustment to make the catch and gets inside the BC 15-yard line. Hamilton knocking at the door.
A good way to start the second half, but it's penalty aided, and we're trying to look at what's going on with Matthew Betts, who's taking a couple of extra steps and getting contact on the quarterback, and that's going to cost him at some point if he keeps it up. But a real good throw over the middle to Smith.
Since that interception, Bo Levi Mitchell is 6 for 6 passing. Tighten things up and has his team knocking at the door here again. Extra lineman into the game for Hamilton. The give inside to Bell, who has some room, bounces to his right. He will score, or will he? Right near the goal line. 2 arms up. That's a touchdown for Hamilton. Great start to the second half. And Mitchell is calling for them to potentially go for 2 here.
Make it a 1-score game if he can get the 2-point convert. He'd need another touchdown and 2 points early in the second half, though. Clearly, let's take a look. This will be the best angle. Make sure the ball crossed the goal line. That's what the command center is doing right now. Looked like it did before his knee touched down by contact.
Yeah, nothing there to suggest that it should be overturned. Meanwhile, a 2-point conversion attempt here.
I just wonder this early take the extra point, but.
And a reverse. Looks like they're going to throw it back to Mitchell. Tim White to Mitchell on the trick play for the 2-point convert, and it is a 1-score game.
You know, I love it. I mean, you got to love it. That's a cool play. How about a little bit of innovation here from Scott Milenovich and the Hamilton Tiger Cats offensive staff? Little handoff, pitch back to Tim White, throw to the quarterback, Bo Levi-Mitchell. The only thing is they wasted it on a 2-point convert. That would have been better down there for a touchdown. This was on the whiteboard this practice week because here comes Jamar Bridges, and on the other side is going to be Tim White. Now, you got to keep your eye on number 19, Mitchell, because he sells it here. He hands off to Bridges there, and they'll stop. Now he's going out to the flat. No one expects the quarterback to go on a pass route. There goes Bo Levi-Mitchell. Tim White gets the handle. A little bit of a wobble, but it won't matter because Mitchell wide open. And again, the only downside of a play like that, which was awesome, is it was a 2-point convert early in the second half. It'd be good to win the game with one of those.
Well, instead of the Philly special, we'll call it the Steeltown special.
Okay.
That works. Terry Williams, meanwhile, has some space going left. Penalty flags all over the place. This one's going to be coming back. The Ticats were 2 of 7 on 2-point convert attempts this season coming into the game, so you got to try something different.
Oh, yeah. Just arrows going everywhere on the whiteboard there. And Bo gets a 2-point catch
during the return, holding.
And he's saying
number
right 93. Now to Tim White, he's saying,
10-yard penalty.
It's not as easy as you think to throw a spiral, is it? and Tim White is saying, yeah, but I got it to you.
Good start to the second half for Bo and his team. Just 3 first downs in the first half. They got 3 on that drive.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. Now, again, penalty aided Matthew Betts, but that was only on first down anyway, so came out with a nice game plan, nice adjustments. It's one of the great things about football. You win at halftime, make the adjustments, come out with a whole different look.
And Javon Catoya is back into the game for the Lions right now. Meanwhile, Stanback takes the opening carry, fights forward for 5 yards.
It's the other great thing about football at halftime. Go in there, and if you have a little bit of an owie, can make it go away. At halftime. Get back in there.
Yeah, the Lions medical staff can do wonders, no doubt.
Yeah.
Didn't look like he was going to come back. He got hurt midway through the first quarter and then was riding the bike and having it worked on since. But if he comes back, that's a big boost for BC, no doubt. Lions 2nd and 4 now. Hamilton looks like they're bringing 3. Rourke trying to scramble, and this time nothing doing. He is down. Ryan Baker, Casey Sales, and others with the sack of the BC quarterback.
Yeah, they've been playing Baker. Chris Jones has got Ryan Baker playing off the ball. You don't see him right there. He's just behind at the left of your screen, and he is delayed in a lot of these pressures. Casey Sales is going to chase him from behind, and there's 36 who shows up to make sure Nathan Rourke can't escape.
Almost looks like a spy.
Yeah.
That was giving other defenses success against BC earlier this season. Probably can expect to see more of that in this half. Stefan Flintoff with a little bit of a line drive punt. Woods picks it up at his own 50, and Beaulieu with a nice tackle and penalty flag on the play. When we come back, we will fill you in, but the Ticats with a big sack to get things started.
They didn't ask him to change anything. He could be the player he always was. And while he was with BC, he said, coming back to the CFL, I feel like it's natural. I've played a lot of Canadian football. The only adjustment that I really had to make was angles, and that was mostly with my eyes. He said his first game back was in Victoria at Touchdown Pacific, and he said he was winded in the first half, but in the second half, he caught his second win, and he feels like he's been playing great ever since. And he said, listen, we're trying to secure a playoff spot, trying to secure a home playoff game, so this is the perfect time to play great football. Farhan?
Thanks for this. Quick fake inside. They get it out to Tim White. Good tackle on the play before a gain of 6.
Well, yeah, and you know, we talk about him being back a yard off the ball after his time down south and a chance to, you know, get back into the groove. And like Chantel mentioned, it didn't take long. I mean, he's played a lot of Canadian football, so it takes a couple of quarters to get back. And, you know, he will be that dominant player again, but most of the time when players in a lot of different positions go down south, they get bigger. Field smaller, that kind of thing. More time between plays, but he didn't have to.
Ante Litre into the game on short yardage, 2nd and 1. And he barrels forward for 6 yards, gets right to midfield, more than enough for a first down. Lions dressing 8 defensive linemen today, going through a heavy rotation. See if that pays off as the game progresses here.
Well, now with a good start in the second half for the Hamilton offense, this is where, you know, Greg Bell can become more and more involved. Now, a 1-possession game, you don't have to chase points. And Ryan Phillips needs his guys to stop the run.
Extra lineman in for Hamilton again. This time the give to Bell. The blockers out in front. Doesn't have to deal with first contact until he's at least at 5 yards. Gain of 7, close to 8 on first down.
Yeah, it really was that, wasn't it? It was just nice blocking off that left side, and I think it was Woodmansey who pulls to come around that corner. He's going to pull around the corner and also pick up a block. So you're right, Greg Bell here off the left side of this run just basically gets into the third level. That would be the DBs.
DeAndre Smith also out in front. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 from the BC 47. Give again to Bell. Doesn't get it.
Yeah. Decision time.
Yeah.
That's a good yard. That's a full yard.
Might be even more than that. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Well, after that last short yardage, you know, with that last short yardage with Littre, he got 6 or 7.
Yeah, this is almost 2 yards here, Glenn. Let's see if they're actually going to run a play or try to draw BC offside. Bo at quarterback. They're not going short yardage here with Littre, but he is under center. 3rd and almost 2. Almost had him. Looks like they're just going to take the time count and punt this one away.
Yeah, time count violation. Hamilton, number 19. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
David Barrett is the key there, because your center has to, if he can see that jump into the neutral zone and snaps the ball at that time, he can draw the penalty. But if he holds the ball and doesn't move it, and that defender is allowed to jump back, which we saw from the Lions there, then they won't bite.
So a hold for the Lions here after Hamilton started this drive in good field position. Constantino with the end-over-end punt. Forces Williams to his left. Takes it inside his own 10. Spin. Before being brought down and taken out of bounds after a short gain on the play. When we come back, the Lions will start deep in their own end as they claw. And of course, it's the Rock Armstead game, and you are going to be there.
Well, here's the other thing. Hamilton can still cross over.
Sure. But if BC wins tonight, that's over.
Yeah, but that's why they're fighting back here. I mean, it is a logjam in the West.
The quick throw, this time to Stanley Berryhill. Gain of 7 on first down.
I don't remember a year, either as a player or in the booth, that the West has been this undecided this deep into the season. And the Winnipeg win starts to create a little separation tonight, but a lot of scenarios still possible.
It's been a lot of fun, though, to watch. To keep everybody in it.
And every fan base is engaged.
The handoff this time to Stanback. He's got a crease. Ryan Baker brings him down, but not before a gain of 9. More than enough for the first down at the BC 33-yard line.
That's the hammer back. That's William the Hammer Stanback back. That's when he gets the pad level low and he starts to just like roll. Like he took a good middle linebacker at 220, an extra 3-4 yards.
Rourke checks the wristband. First down, the give to Stanback again. Finds another crease. Big run for William Stanback. Out across the 45. Gain of 12 on that carry. And an injured offensive lineman for the BC Lions. Looks like Tyler Packer, the right guard.
And with the extra O lineman out there, To the right, it was Andrew Pearson. So basically playing like a tight end situation, get that run game going. They're going off the right side a couple of times now.
Packer has missed the last 2 games with an injury. Gets back in tonight as the left guard. Packer also had some success earlier this year. When the Lions were on their 5-game win streak, he was actually the starting center.
Well, the tough part for Rick Campbell here is that they've only dressed for this game 1 extra offensive lineman. That's Andrew Pearson.
Yeah, so Pearson will come into the game at guard, and those packages where you bring in extra offensive linemen probably go away. They're fortunate they were able to get Katoy back. We'll take a break. When we come back, BC up 16-8 with 6 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, so we'll see Andrew Pearson coming in. Look who's the first guy to go out and say, hey, good job, thank you. Nice block off that side. Now get back out there. He's in the tent, and they're down to their last old lineman now. Andrew Pearson playing left guard.
Pearson started 14 games for BC last season. Takes a snap, the quick flip to Berryhill. He turns the corner, has some room, lowers the shoulder before Katsantonis brings him down after a gain of 12. Lions with big gains the last 3 first downs.
Yeah, that's a play that gives you an indication of Stanley Berryhill wanting to make the most out of this opportunity. Who knows how long Hollins is going to be out of the lineup, so when you get a chance to play, make the most. And he was going after it aggressively, looking for contact. Katsantonis coming in there to make the tackle.
Berryhill with his 5th catch. This time the handoff that goes to Stanback. He continues to fight. Not much there at the start, but winds up picking up close to 4.
Coming into this game, he did have a little bit of playing time. 31 targets, 17 catches. This was just a nice underneath handoff on a fly sweep, and the safety makes the tackle.
These are the types of plays the Lions don't run a lot of. Those quick sweep looks or the quick screen looks. I think Rick Campbell would like to see a little bit more of that, but they're a little more set up to try to push the ball down the field a bit. Rourke drops back, has an open receiver on the left side. That's Eberhardt. Breaks the tackle at the 40. Continues on his feet inside the 30 before being brought down at the 32-yard line.
Quiet night so far for Aiden Eberhardt, and he's out here with this nice catch inside. Good move, nice spin there.
Gain of 23 on the play. Gets to the Hamilton 27-yard line. Eberhardt, one of Nathan Rourke's favorite targets. Handoff again to Stanback. Makes one man miss. Makes another miss in the hole. Breaks a tackle. Carrying guys inside the 15-yard line. William Stanback. It's like he watched Brady Oliveira and says, all right, let's go.
Yeah, match it yard for yard, and the race for the rushing title is on. William Stanback would not be denied. First contact there. Nope, not that one. Spin there. Second contact. That's Kyle Wilson, their leading tackler. He's got 80 on the season.
Lions inside the red zone at the Hamilton 13-yard line. Fake this time. Pressure coming off the backside. Rourke continues to escape. Looking for a receiver down the field and wisely throws it out of bounds.
Good decision. You're in range to put points on the board. He's gotten trouble a couple of times since his return in plays like this, and you know everybody loves seeing guys at quarterback create. I mean, watching Trey Ford, and sometimes that magic is just worth the price of admission. And to see it in a quarterback escape, but that's a great decision. Don't force it in there, get a turnover, and take points off the board.
Yeah, no one was open. You can get into that habit of giving someone a chance to make a play. Then you're also giving the defender a chance to make a play.
Exactly.
2nd and 10 right here for BC. Hamilton comes with 4. Caught by McInnes. Stretching for the end zone. He'll have to settle for a first down at the 2-yard line. Justin McInnis, the leading receiver in the CFL coming into the night.
Yeah, well, McInnis here, he creates separation with his length. I mean, just his arm length creates separation. That's pretty good coverage. You can't be really any tighter than Richard Leonard was there, but watch the stretch with the arms. It just creates separation.
10th play of the drive coming up for BC at the 2-yard line. You've got to think they're looking to stand back, but no backs in the backfield on this play. Rourke slides to the right near the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, BC with the response. The second rushing major of the night for Nathan Rourke.
Yeah, this is the William Stanback drive, though. I mean, this is a drive with great balance in the play calling from Jordan Maksimic. It finishes with the quarterback sneak from Nathan Rourke, who is patient getting to the outside, and he ends up going one-on-one with Stavros Katsantonis, the guy he trains with. So that's 2 down near the goal line that he scored on number 30, and 2 that he's knocked down from Nathan Rourke trying to throw it down the seam. So they're going head-to-head tonight.
And you mentioned the William Stanback drive. Stanback now at 100 yards even on this game.
Yeah, good balance in the play calling there on that last drive.
And of course crossed into the 1,000-yard mark for the season. So the Lions showing as much balance as we've seen in some time here. And that was important for the Lions. When you look at how things had gone, you know, Hamilton was able to stop them. They get the drive to open the half. To get this drive.
Well, let's see a little bit of 31 getting to a 100-yard gain on this drive alone. I mean, this got him to 100 even, but it was great production on first down. Little fly sweep to maybe get the linebackers widened a little bit and thinking about it. Nice throw to McInnis, or to Aberhart, and then to McInnis down near the goal line. And this finishes the drive with Nathan Rourke's second rushing touchdown of the night.
Stanback, meanwhile, with his 15th career 100-yard game on 14 carries so far tonight. He's been a handful for Hamilton defenders. This time the kick taken to the 20-yard line. We've got a flag on the play. That's Jonathan Moxey with the return.
During the return, holding, Hamilton number 29, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Remember, that last drive for BC started on their own 17-yard line, so a 10-play, 93-yard response drive after Hamilton gets 8 points. That took 5:21, and we're now inside the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. BC's got a 2-score lead.
Well, Hamilton scoring out of the gate to start this second half. But then also the trick play for the 2-point convert. I mean, they grab a whole bunch of momentum on the road there, and the crowd here in BC Place got pretty quiet. That changed after that touchdown drive.
Hamilton starts at their own 17 after the penalty. This time the fake to Bell. Mitchell finds Keandre Smith. Big gain on first down, 12 yards and another first down. He seems to have been the favorite target right now for Bo Levi Mitchell.
Well, yeah, and he's been on a lot of these under routes and quick pushes to the flat, which on first down is, as we talked to Rick Campbell about it, at first down, some of these hitch screens and things like that to receivers are almost extended running plays in Canadian football.
We know Mitchell is always at his best when he gets the ball out quick.
Oh, yeah. Like a flick of the wrist, almost.
Lions bringing 5-man pressure. Mitchell steps up into the pocket, has a receiver, and Smith again at his own 45 before being brought down by Manny Rugamba. Another first down for the third-year product out of Guelph.
See where forward progress is marked here, but it's definitely beyond the marker, beyond the stick, so that'll be a new set. And that was Smith coming back and doing a nice job with scramble rules. As soon as Bo Levi Mitchell breaks the pocket there, you see Keandre Smith come all the way back 5-6 yards to present a target for him, and he hits him first down.
And you saw there when the Lions brought pressure, nobody in the middle of the field. They're not going to honor Bo trying to run the football.
He'll do it a little bit, but yeah. He's throwing from the pocket if it's up to him.
Bo drops back to pass, finds the receiver across the middle. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's Shamar Bridges, who's been the rookie sensation. Late flag on the play. That could be for the low hit. Looks like he's getting up.
Yeah, this is you know, he has the ball and you can go low to make a tackle, and I believe it was Ryder Varga who makes the hit. It's the crossing route. You see 17. He has the ball and
10-yard misconduct penalty. BC number 48.
The misconduct, I
10
think,
yards
is
at the end of the
after
play.
the tackle.
First down.
And there was a little flexing going on, I think, there too, but maybe it was the low hit that.
Those are dangerous hits. Those are
Yeah.
hits they're trying to get out of the game.
It is legal to go low and make a tackle when the ball carrier has the ball in the open field, and that's what Varga did. I think he got the penalty for it after the fact, the flex afterwards with Shamar Bridges on the ground.
Bridges walking off on his own is a good sight if you're Hamilton. Meanwhile, they cross midfield into BC territory at the Lions' 50-yard line. This time the handoff to Bell, who has some room before being brought down by Ace Ely after a gain of close to 5 on the final play of the third quarter. Through 45 minutes, it is BC 23, Hamilton 8. Still anybody's game going into the fourth quarter. We'll be back to BC Place.
Yeah, big drive to start the second half first of all, and they get the major and the two-point convert. Looked like they had momentum, but that last drive by Nathan Rourke with William Stanback being featured in the drive brought balance, got that time of possession edge, and now got the BC Lions with the lead.
So if you're Hamilton now, do you abandon the run game with a full quarter to go, or does Bell need to stay involved?
Yeah, no, I think you keep him involved and keep that balance in there for them too. I mean, he can get good yardage on first down. So if you're basically in second and 3 or 4, Bo Levi Mitchell can keep the drive going with a check down throw, but can also be looking for that deep big play, the explosion play. That's what second and short gives you. It gives you those options.
We'll see if one of those options is Shamar Bridges getting back into this game.
Again, that was a legal hit by Varga, by the way. We did get word that it was taunting after the hit that was a penalty.
Second and 5, the swing pass to Bell. Going one-on-one with Rugamba, makes him miss and gets the first down in front of Matthew Betts.
That's what I mean. There's lots of possessions here, especially in Canadian football, back and forth. We see it all the time. A couple of 2-and-outs, you get the ball right back. So there's no need to panic with a whole quarter to play. And number 5's got to be part of the offense. See Bo Levi Mitchell just kind of make sure he goes to the right side.
First and 10. White comes across. Bo facing some heat, and he is brought down. Manny Rugamba with the big sack.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Manny Rugamba left his responsibility in coverage or he went on this blitz. I think he might have just gone on this blitz because it was called, because it looked like he had Tim White out of the backfield and just said, no, I'm not going to go. I'm going to take my chance here and go right after the quarterback.
Yeah, Mitchell looked like he didn't even see him until it was too late. That brings up second and 18 for Hamilton. They're outside of field goal range at this point. The quick screen to Bridges, who's back in the game. Then stumbles to the ground, well short of the first down, but they're now in field goal range for Mark Leggio.
Yeah, it looked like Shamar Bridges maybe protecting that leg a little bit. Yeah, it's good to see him back, and he doesn't look like he's got a limp or anything like that. But when he saw contact coming, I mean, this was second and 18. He's going to have to beat 8 guys to get anywhere near first down territory. So protect himself a little bit there. In field goal range, though.
48-yard attempt for Mark Leggio, who is 34 of 39 on the season. Here with the kick. It is up. It is long enough, and it is good. Ticats cut the lead to 13 points. Plenty of time left. It is the Lions. It is the Ticats. Fourth quarter time here at BC Place.
Well, you know, he has. At the beginning of the year, one of the reasons they struggled out of the gate, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, with 5 straight losses, was their defense just wasn't getting it done. And when you look at the turnover ratio alone, that's where a big part of the difference has been. Last 5 games, they've created 11 turnovers. In their first 10, they had created just 9 turnovers.
Milanovic said the biggest thing he's done is simplify, which is very un-Chris Jones.
Yeah, that's not what when you think. And again, a lot of people have opinions about Chris Jones as a head coach, but as a defensive coordinator, defensive mind in this league, I think back to the guys, the late Don Matthews, guys like that he learned from. He's an innovator. He knows defense. He has got this defense playing free, and Nathan Rourke tonight has had to work for everything they got.
Incomplete on the play action on first down, brings up 2nd and 10. Ticats would like nothing more than a quick 2-and-out here. They bring just 3. Rourke looks like he's going to scramble again. Will he get free? No, he will not. Rourke brought down. David Menard, the former BC Lion, I believe was the one who eventually got home for the sack. Dwayne Hendricks celebrating pretty big as well.
Yeah, and that's, again, you're right about Chris Jones getting this defense playing freely and just almost saying, look, less is more sometimes. Let's just go and play good fundamental football. Look at that Kyle Wilson footwork to keep Nathan Rourke from escaping wide and getting outside of his containment. That allowed him to get his teammate home to get the sack.
Menard, the former BC Lion, had 30 sacks in 8 seasons as a Lion. Time the punt hits the scoreboard again. It might even be stuck.
There's Ben Major. Got to make
There's not much more I can say than Ben has said. Yada, yada, yada. We're going to redo the play.
Yada, yada, yada. No, I mentioned the MISC.
That is amazing. That's going to be viral. That'll make a few clips out there.
That's hilarious.
Because that one's stuck. Like, it's literally stuck. The first 2 hit it.
Yeah, if it touches it, it's dead. So
I'm telling you, Flintoff is attempting to do this on purpose. This, like, he's got to be saying, let me see if I can hit it this time.
Well, it's not like it can be moved.
No, you're not going anywhere. It's a little heavy.
Timer, please reset the clock to 11:28.
Did it go on top of it?
No, it got stuck in a speaker, like he went through in the middle.
Okay.
And it stuck in there. It didn't go on top.
He could get that high?
Flintoff's a very serious man, as you can tell.
Yada, yada, yada. Wow.
A Seinfeld fan. After my own heart. All right, let's see if we can keep this one in the field of play. Flintoff, this time a much lower line type of kick, working towards the sideline and out of bounds. Ben Major, who was called the first 2, is actually going to be in Regina for our next game. CFL and TSN back tomorrow with the Alouettes going up against the Argonauts. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific here on TSN. And you talk about matchups. There's the ball. We found it. That's got to go right to the Hall of Fame.
That's
who's going up to get that?
How did he place it there? I mean,
and it didn't bounce. It didn't bounce back. Unbelievable. Smile, Stefan, smile.
It's a show about something.
Yeah. All right, 13-point lead for the Lions. Bo Levi Mitchell drops back, looks to the left, finds Tim White on the right, I should say. At the 50-yard line, making the 51 before he's forced out of bounds. Pickup of 17 on first down. Good start to the drive.
Yeah, there's the flick of the wrist for Bo Levi Mitchell to get it out there on time. Remember, he had one just like that intercepted by Ronald Kent in the first half. He dropped under there, but that time the timing was excellent to Tim White. Got Robinson in at tight end here.
basketball player. Has one catch earlier tonight. Mitchell drops back. Lions coming with 4. The quick pass to Bell, who makes one man miss, makes another man miss before hopping out of bounds. It was Ben Hladek with the first missed tackle. His return to the lineup after missing the last 3 games with a calf injury.
Well, when they've struggled, the Lions, and they've had their moments, tackling has been an issue defensively.
Absolutely, and it's taken some time for the linebackers to get comfortable. The expectation coming into the year was Josh Woods and Ben Hladek would be the starter. Josh Woods was lost for the season early, and Hladek's missed time, and it's been Ace Ely and Ryder Varga. They've shown some good things, but it's taken time. Another missed tackle there by Jalen Edwards-Cooper.
I think in fairness to Cooper here, he went for the ball, and that's on a throw this quick and this short. You know, going for the ball is a gamble. He went thinking he could maybe intercept that, because that was not tackling position for Jalen Edwards-Cooper.
Tyler Ternowski with the catch takes it down to BC's 37-yard line. This time Bell swings out to the right. We'll see if they can make the first tackle here. They do. Ronald Kent Jr. trips up Bell after a gain of about 2.
I see the couple of plays to Bell on this drive. This is what I mean about keeping him involved. It doesn't necessarily have to be a handoff. He got up a little slow there with that hit, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a handoff between the tackles to keep your tailback involved in the CFL, especially with a lot of zone drops, things like that. He's going to have to take a breath here.
Yeah, got up, tried to walk off. Not sure if it was the first hit or the second, holding onto his ribs on the right side. Very important part of the Ticat offense. Greg Bell making his return to the lineup. We'll see when he gets back into this game. BC with a 12-point lead.
He kind of gets crunched there as he's rolling. That last tackler was Ace Ely coming across, and he looked like he hit him right in the rib cage. Oh, he's in some discomfort there, trying to get up.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. As they're still attending to him. Again, he missed the last game because of a knee injury. James Butler came in, played very well in that one. This one went right down to the wire. Both running backs made the trip. Both were on the roster to start with. And then they decided that Bell was good enough that they could make Butler a scratch. And if you go back to last season in 2 games against the Lions, Butler had 270 yards of offense and 2 touchdowns in the 2 games. You knew he'd be motivated to play this team if he got the chance.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a tough decision for Scott Milenovich to go with. I mean, not to go with Greg Bell. He loves Greg Bell. He likes both of them, but it's a tough decision with that extra incentive with James Butler playing against his old team, but hopefully he'll be okay. It's, you know.
Levi Mitchell, meanwhile, is on some kind of roll.
Yeah.
16 straight completions, a career high since the 1 interception in the first half. He's got 2nd and long here. Mitchell looking for Keandre Smith on the crosser. Has enough for the first down. Makes 1 man miss, then brought down Ace Ely again on the tackle. They move the sticks inside BC's 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's 17 straight for Bo Levi Mitchell. The record is in the 20s, if I remember correctly.
23 by Jeremiah Masoli.
There you go.
With Hamilton as well.
I think you cheated and asked our stats guy. But okay.
I did. Listen, we're both Hall of Famers. We didn't cheat now. Ante Litre in the backfield. This time the quick pass again. Tim White with the reception. Manages to keep his feet. Gets close to first down yardage. Probably just about a yard short. Keep going. 18 in a row for Bo.
Well, Litre is, you know, I mean, you can give him the ball. He can be, you know, that get him out in the flat too. He can catch it as well out of the backfield, but you know his primary goal now will be protection, trying to be that extra blocker for Bo Levi Mitchell, and they'll use the hitch screens as sort of the extended running plays.
This time Bo's under center, not Littre. Littre deep in the backfield. They're going to give it to him, and he is there. Easy gain for the first down before being tripped up by Varga just outside the BC 10. The old I formation, quarterback under center, fullback.
Yeah, Tuck leading the way. James Tuck, the fullback going in. Two fullbacks playing in that backfield. Dwayne Ford's loving watching this. They get that first down easily.
I remember last year when Scott Milanovic came in as, for the first time as the offensive coordinator, and they went under center. We don't see that in the CFL. Here they are again, under center. This time, the fake to Littre. He's got Tuck in the flat, and he drops it, and the streak is over. But we got a penalty flag, which, if they call that on BC for that hit, that eliminates the play.
I'm not sure what the penalty flag would be for, unless it was early.
Rick Campbell not happy, as you can imagine. It looked like a regular football play. Let's see what they come up with.
Well, they're still talking about it because I think they're wondering if this was late, because if the ball's dropped, could Edwards Cooper, could he change his?
There's no flag on the play.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be second down.
They discussed it and made sure, because he couldn't tell whether or not that ball was caught, so he was trying to carry through with the tackle. And again, the low hit is not a penalty. Yeah, it is on the quarterback in the pocket, but it's not a penalty for a receiver.
Yeah, the question was, in that instance, was it a late hit?
Yeah.
Edwards Cooper had committed to the hit before the drop. Good decision by the officials to pick that up. And that brings us 2nd and 10, and the streak ends at 18 completions. A career high for Bo Levi Mitchell, who drops back, and the whistles are blowing this play dead. I don't see a flag.
Timeout.
Looks like a timeout.
Hamilton.
That had to come from the bench. Scott Milanovic is all the way down to the 15-yard line there, and he, I think, got the officials' attention. Something wasn't in sync with that play card that he's looking at and the formation or personnel that was out there. And maybe this has something to do with Greg Bell as well, trying to juggle it to make sure they got the protection right.
This is a very important play right now with a 12-point
Timer, can we please
game. You
reset
don't want to settle for a field goal because it's still a 9-point game.
Yeah, no,
and it's still a 2-score game. You want to find a way to get this in the end zone.
Be tempted to go 3rd down here if they don't get anything.
Yeah. 6:14 to go. Lions up 23-11.
Smith was 10 yards before the snap. The ball wasn't snapped.
Offside. Hamilton, number 85. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
That brings up 2nd and 15. The crowd getting into it now.
Oh, yeah.
10th play of this drive, and a big one for Hamilton. They're thinking end zone here. Bo resets them. Drops back, steps up, has nothing open, dumps it down to Stephen Dunbar, and he is brought down at the 6-yard line. Now a decision for Hamilton. It looks like they're going for it.
Yeah,
they're not
down,
setting up the field goal here.
Yeah, down 2 scores. Scott Milanovic is going to go ahead and leave his offense out here.
And that makes 3rd down manageable. It makes this a decision as opposed to 3rd and 15.
It makes it a, yeah.
No surprise here. Now remember, they can still get a 1st down. It's 2nd and 4 to go on the 6-yard line. So if they get to the 2, Hamilton can still pick up a 1st down here. Mitchell fakes the Littre, looks over the middle. He's got Smith into the end zone open. Looks like they're going for one this time, but they finished the drive. Smith, who's emerged as the key target for Mitchell in the second half, comes up with a major touchdown right there.
Well, you know, the Hamilton Tiger Cats are used to these close games. In their last 3 games in the win streak, they have had a couple of these, including that game against Toronto, where they got the extra chance at another drive and a field goal attempt for the walk-off win against the Argos. So they're used to tight games, and Bo Levi Mitchell, of course, his great experience. I mean, this is start number 137 for Bo. Been there, done that.
Kick is up and good, and Hamilton closes to within 4 points. Keandre Smith came into this game just 38 yards from a career high, 80 yards on 7 catches in this game, and a big touchdown. Off that 11-play drive with this pass to Keandre Smith.
Guelph product, 4th-round draft pick, 37th overall back in 22. Keandre Smith, big play, and for that play to work, Bo Levi Mitchell needed good blocking up front because it was a crossing route that took some time.
Son of an outstanding defensive back, Adrian Pee-wee Smith, but he's making a name for himself in this game. It really has since he stepped into the league. He was a first-year starter as a 4th-round draft pick. Kick comes to Terry Williams at his own 20-yard line, crosses the 30, and that should be about it before being brought down.
Let me show you that touchdown again by Keandre Smith. He comes from the opposite side of the formation, so Tim White's going to cause some problems there. And this is Smith crossing all the way over here. To get to that part of the field, Bo Levi Mitchell needs some time to set up, make sure he has a throwing lane. So there's the route, and there's the touchdown throw. But this is the protection that's needed for Bo Levi Mitchell up front. Just 4-man pressure from the Lions, but they need to pick those guys up so that Bo can wait for that deep crosser. And there it is, touchdown throw.
Looked like both of them were open, White as well. Scott Milanovic happy about his decision to go for it there. Lions with a 5-point lead, 4.5 minutes to go. Hamilton sends the blitz there. Baker eventually makes the tackle on William Stanback after a gain of 3 and a big second down play coming up here for BC.
Yeah, blitz there from Chris Jones is a good call, because if he does throw, you got pressure on the quarterback. You know, that's the idea. And if he doesn't throw, it basically fills the gaps to stop the run.
Here we go, 2nd and 7 for the Lions. Approaching 4 minutes to go in this one. Hamilton showing blitz, but they come out of it. 4-man pressure. Misses Justin McInnis, and the Lions go 2 and out. Hamilton in great shape here now.
Yeah, just to look like he had Nathan Rourke had Justin McInnis on this little curl route. Now the pocket does collapse around him, so he's trying to throw around the pressure. McInnis at the right there. See that ball just thrown a little bit inside, almost like he was trying to throw him open.
Flintoff with a kick. Woods takes it inside his own 30. Not much on the return, but still decent field position for Hamilton at their own 39 to start this drive. They're down 5. They need a touchdown here and an injured Lion on the play. Rourke frustrated with himself. You have to think that he knows that was a ball that he could have completed to McInnis.
Let's look at the career numbers for Bo Levi Mitchell in a single season. When you take a look at those numbers, and he has not led in a single season.
He's got a wide lead now. It would take a lot for him to not finish first in the CFL in passing this year. And Tracy Ham, the only one with more yards to also not lead in any one single season.
And that's the, you know, and that's the interesting part about it, that, you know, Bo Levi Mitchell, who was pulled, as you mentioned, and it really felt like Scott Milanovic and the Hamilton Tiger Cats were sort of moving on to Taylor Powell. And you know, it looked like it could be the end of sort of Bo's run, but Powell got hurt, gave another chance to Bo to play in that Edmonton game, and he has been lights out, and now has got it together here in this 4th quarter. chance to take the lead in this drive.
Led his 23rd game-winning drive last week, looking for number 24 here. He's got some pressure, slides to his right, has Ternowski open in the flat. Good for a first down and gets to midfield. Good start to this drive for Hamilton.
Yeah, I love the fundamentals from Bo Levi Mitchell here. I mean, watch how he has the ball up and ready to throw, even when he's scrambling. He gets that ball up, make sure it's ready to pull the trigger as soon as he sees the open receiver.
And he doesn't have Bridges in on this drive. Ternowski's getting to play, and that really hasn't been the case since that injury, so doing it without his favorite target this season. Lions showing blitz here. Mitchell drops back to pass. Litre picks up the blitz. All sorts of time for Bo. Finds Ternowski again, who makes one man miss, almost makes a man miss, but gets a first down and gets close. And we've got a penalty flag in the backfield.
Ante Litre was
Holding Hamilton, number 34.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
There we go.
That's a big one. Let's take a break as we hit the 3-minute warning. It is Hamilton driving for the winning touchdown, trailing by 5. Look at BC and Saskatchewan right there. If the Lions lose today and Saskatchewan wins tomorrow, they got second place right now, at least for a day. Who would have thought?
Fighting for home field in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is just a massive game for the Lions, and really for Hamilton as well, as they're almost out of chances in their effort to get back here into the playoffs. So this 3-game win streak has done a lot for them. Mitchell finds Dunbar in the flat, hangs on across midfield, and they get most of the penalty yardage back. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Boy, Betts came off the edge in a big way there. He thought he had a chance, but they basically double-teamed him so that Mitchell could get it out. He came out of a cannon here, and he gets picked up. They help out on Matthew Betts, keeping him off Bo Levi Mitchell.
Yeah, 2nd and manageable now. Much better situation for Hamilton than what they were facing a play ago. Lions show blitz. They bring 3. This time looking for Tim White. White makes the catch. What a catch by Tim White inside the 30-yard line, and a first down for Hamilton.
That's big, and now with the clock gone down to about 2 minutes, it's going to start. They have to call the play on the line of scrimmage because I don't think he got out of bounds. No, he didn't. Completion. Start the clock when they whistle it in. 3-down football. Down by 5.
Gamba and Varga right there, but a perfect throw from Mitchell. Tim White with the strong catch. Hamilton in great shape here with 2 minutes to go in this game. Mitchell looking right, nothing there. Comes back to his left, has some room to run if he wants it. Pump fake and falls down at the 25-yard line after a short gain of 3.
Yeah, that was a time consideration too, I'm sure, for Bo Levi Mitchell, just to. And I'll go outside, see if a receiver springs open. He's got to throw with no one in front of him, but the coverage was there. He just said, I don't want to waste too much time. Take 4 and go down.
Bell has gone to the locker room, so it is Litre the rest of the way here for Hamilton. Mitchell on 2nd and 7, looks to his right, has a man, has a reception inside the 10-yard line. Brendan O'Leary-Orange dropped one earlier in the game, makes a big catch there.
Well, it was the first play of the game, the first throw of the game. It's a real deep out by O'Leary-Orange, and he has to come way back to get it. Both throws a little bit off his heel, and that ball well short of where the route was supposed to end up, but O'Leary-Orange comes back, fights for it, and gets there.
Might have been the best thing to throw him open by having him come back to it. Gets to the 10-yard line. That is his 10th different receiver that Mitchell has found tonight for a completion. 1st and goal, just over a minute to go. Mitchell drops back, has a receiver, and it is caught for the touchdown. Hamilton takes the lead. It's O'Leary-Orange again.
And they're going to go for 2. Brendan O'Leary-Orange is working one-on-one with Manny Rugamba. O'Leary-Orange at 6'4", 226 pounds. Rugamba 5'11", 195, and he just blocks him out and rips it away.
Lions brought 6-man pressure, couldn't get there. Good protection. Mitchell delivers the perfect pass, and it could be his 24th comeback if they can hold on for 101. Let's see what happens as they try to go up 3 points here if they can complete the 2-point convert. Saw the trick play, the Steel Town special, we're calling it, in the first 2-point attempt. Let's see what they come up with here.
Littre by himself to the backside here.
All right, Mitchell looks to the flat, quick throw, has it. Touchdown, Tim White, and Hamilton is up 3. Lions are looking for their first win at BC Place in 10 weeks. They got 1:01 to come back and try to at least get this game to overtime.
Well, Nathan Rourke has time. That's one thing. But O'Leary Orange right here, he hits the line of scrimmage with a nice waggle, and he has outside leverage. So he's running basically just a straight fade route or seam right down the middle. That's the touchdown. And then Rugamba chasing, can't see when the ball arrives. I'm sure he got a ball call. That's the safety's job. Bellew, I'm sure, gave it to him, but somehow just wrestles it away from Rugamba.
The 4th-round pick by Winnipeg, 37th overall in 2020.
Here's your 2-point convert. Pushed to the flat by Tim White.
That's a big 2 points because now it forces BC, if they're going to settle for a field goal at this point, that gets them to overtime. But a long ways to go before they can get there yet.
Well, this is the type of situation where you do not want to get a penalty on this return.
Absolutely.
If you're the BC Lions.
Leggio with the kick. Williams takes it on the run just inside his own 20. Has some room on the right. Picks up a big block. No flags there. They get up to the 48-yard line for a chance to tie, possibly to win with 55 seconds left. Nathan Rourke has just one game-winning drive in his CFL career. That was back in 2022 when Bo Levi Mitchell was on the other side in Calgary.
Well, this is the beginning of his journey. This guy here has done it a bunch throughout his career, as his time in the Calgary Stampeders, and there's lots of time for Nathan Rourke right now to think more than just a field goal to take it to overtime.
Absolutely. They still have a timeout to go, but it's been a quiet half for the Lions. This time drops back to pass. Courtois has it. First down to the 50-yard line. Good opener on this drive. Sean White's career-long field goal is 55 yards. He's a couple of yards away from getting to that point. But BC's got to be thinking more right now.
Boy, Courtois is laboring. He's fighting through it.
And an injury for Hamilton.
They're saying,
please reset the clock to 50 seconds.
The Lions offensively, and I think Nathan Rourke certainly turned to the official, said that's not a real injury.
Ray Wilborn, the injured player for Hamilton. Lions probably don't mind this clock stopped at this point. They put some time back on the clock. They've got 50 seconds now. Rick Campbell also doing some complaining to the official on the sideline about the validity of said injury. They don't do that in football, do they?
Oh yeah, you got a designated guy, but I'm not saying that Ray's not hurt. I just, that it is a tactic. There's no question.
You know, Rick Campbell is feeling a level of pressure given how well this team started and where they're at now, especially after the last home loss to Toronto. We showed you the West standings earlier. Let's take a look at the East standings. Right now, Hamilton has a chance not only for third place in the East, but they could also potentially cross over. If they lose here, that's going to really hurt those opportunities for them.
And they have the season series against Toronto. Swept them this year.
You talk about matchups, you know, and Hamilton really feels really comfortable whenever they play Toronto, at least this season. BC seems to have their worst possible matchups against Toronto. We're seeing Winnipeg, what they did to Edmonton the last 2 games, although the way Winnipeg's playing right now, I think they're a bad matchup for anybody. Bo can only look and watch. He did his part. Game-winning drive. Hamilton 2 deep, rushing only 3 here. Rourke can't find anybody open. Tries to get it to Eberhardt before being brought down, and that ball underthrown and incomplete brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, David Menard got to him again and just affected the throw because we're talking about split seconds here. Menard ends up getting there. Because when Nathan Rourke tries to get out here and escape, watch Menard catch him, and just as he's releasing that ball, Eberhardt, he had a chance to get it to.
So right now, if you're the Lions, do you want 5 more yards to make it a better field goal? Or are you still thinking touchdown and trying to go bigger and get a first down?
No,
here?
get the first down for sure.
3-man rush and a delayed blitzer and an open receiver. It's Keon Hatcher inside the 30-yard line. Finally, he hooks up with Hatcher after so many that just missed earlier in the game.
Couldn't be better timing to get the former All-Star involved on this deep crossing route. Hatcher comes up with it, and that's what I meant. Get the first down for sure. With 40 seconds, you got time for probably 5-6 plays. And now with this field position, definitely in position to put a major on the board.
Down to the 27-yard line, a 26-yard pickup. That's his 5th target, first completion to Keon Hatcher. Well, we're setting up for a pretty good finish. 34 seconds to go. Lions down by 3. Again, Rourke with just 1 come from behind drive for a victory in his career. That back in 2022. He's 2-3 as a starter this season against the Lions. Hamilton showing blitz. Rourke gets it out to Hatcher again. Hatcher has it at the 10-yard line.
As if that was a catch. I think he did get his foot down in bounds. And how about the timing of the connection between Nathan Rourke and Keon Hatcher? He has possession, feet are in, and maintains possession as he hits the turf. What a catch. Fighting off the coverage from Talbot.
28 seconds to go. BC down to the 12-yard line after the 24-yard pickup. Back-to-back big gains by Keon Hatcher as the Lions knocking on the door.
What a catch.
Hamilton showing blitz again. This time the quick throw. It is complete to Gatoy at the 7-yard line.
Gatoy's playing on one leg. Gets him close. They can get William Stanback involved as well here.
That's not just 1 foot in bounds, that's 2 feet in.
What a catch by Hatcher.
This time Hamilton shows blitz again. The low throw, close to first down yardage, but I don't think he's going to get there. Stanley Berryhill, so it's 3rd and 1. You've got 14 seconds here. What do you do?
Plenty of time. You just go quarterback sneak, get the first down.
But you got to go quick because the clock's going to start.
Just checking to see that that was a catch, and he did get his arms underneath it. They're going to go.
Rick Campbell's not taking any chances. They're going for a field goal. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, you can't think throw, go to the end zone with 1 shot at it. You got a chance to extend the game.
It's actually closer to 2 yards here.
If you go short yardage with no timeouts, the Lions have no timeouts. You go short yardage, you might not get a second play if you get the first down.
Yeah, the flip side of this is the way Bo Levi Mitchell has been playing. I don't know that I want to give him the ball back in overtime. Kick is up, kick's good. And we have got a tie game with no time left, and we are headed to overtime.
Yeah, I just think that was the clock management from Rick Campbell. He thought, if I go short yardage here, yeah, we get the first down, but will we have time to throw it to the end zone? And if we don't, we definitely won't have time to tie the game after that if we don't get the completion.
No,
so
absolutely fair.
You know,
All right, Lions fans, yes, we're going to overtime. Eyes up on the screen. There are the rules.
Look at that 4th quarter for Hamilton. You look at the Ticats, in the last 5 years, they have been so much better in the second half of every season. And this year's no different. Here's a look at the overtime rules.
We'll play maximum of 2 mini games, and each team will scrimmage from the 35-yard line. So basically, you're in field goal range when you start your drive. Have to go for a 2-point convert if you score.
Let's get to the coin toss here, the all-important coin toss. Teams want to go second.
So the team logo will be tails, and the league logo will be heads. It's your call.
Tails.
Tails. Calls tails. It is a tail. You want defense? Which end would you like to play in? We'll play in this end. Your offense.
Yeah, you see how much teams love to win the toss so that they can put defense out there first. They know what they have to deal with when they get the ball on their shot.
Hamilton with a brilliant comeback to tie this thing up, actually to take a 3-point lead with just over a minute to go. BC drives down the field with a last-second field goal to send this thing into overtime. Very entertaining fourth quarter in this one, Glenn.
Well, I've been entertained all game long. I know that.
That's because you like defense.
Well, I like the second quarter where the defense has ramped it up, and then the fourth quarter, Bo Levi Mitchell went to work and got his offense in gear. Tons of traction and a great drive, and Keon Hatcher being part of that. Get it to OT.
Showing blitz again. That's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Hendricks knocked that one down.
He thought he could catch that. When he got up, he thought, I should have caught it.
McInnes open in behind for what would have been a short gain, depending on what he could have done after, but we won't find out because of the knockdown, and that brings up 2nd and 10. Hamilton bringing 3. Eberhardt with the reception. Good for a first down inside the 20-yard line.
Nice throw and catch here from Nathan Rourke to Aiden Eberhardt, who is coming back for the ball, runs the curl in front of a veteran in Richard Leonard. Goes up and gets it.
18-yard gain down to the 17-yard line for the Lions. You mentioned Gatoy limping out to the top of the screen here. This time Baker blitzes. He's got Hatcher in the end zone, but just misses him.
You're right. Keon Hatcher had a little bit of separation on this corner route. 3 receivers to that side of the field. I think Nathan Rourke picked him up late, but there's the throw just a bit outside.
2nd and 10. Lions converted the last one. Let's see what they can come up with here. Those 2 catches made you think that they were going to be in sync again, but look just a little off here. Hamilton being aggressive, showing more pressure. 3 blitzer off one side, and he just misses Eberhardt again. Field goal attempt coming for BC.
Yeah, it looked like just a little late getting the head around coming out of this out route. Eberhardt turns his head. Well, he gets it around in time and just high in a fastball.
And they're not afraid to go at Hamilton's best with Peters there in coverage, but timing just off, and that sets up a 24-yard field goal attempt for Sean White.
That's why when you win the toss, Bo knows exactly what he needs now.
Kick is up and good. So the Lions take a 3-point lead, and Hamilton will get the ball with a chance to win their 4th straight game.
Of course, a defensive turnover here for the Lions, and it's game over.
Bo Levi Mitchell, 26 for his last 27. We talked about the interception. This guy learned from a benching earlier, and he learned from an interception in this game.
Well, and the one drop, the one pass that was missed, that was James Tuck, the fullback, dropping the ball that hit him right in the chest.
Dwayne Ford, if you're watching, we're sorry to point that out.
Just talking about Bo's accuracy in this second half. It's been off the hook.
Empty backfield for Hamilton. Lions showing blitz. Bo changing the play at the line. We'll see if the Lions come or not. Yeah, 5 are coming. The inside pass to Litre. Complete close to first down yardage. Might be a little bit short.
One of the guys they dropped was Matthew Betts. The BC Lions dropped him. He wasn't one of the guys on that pass rush, so they dropped him into basic coverage, and he was the guy who went over and took Litre. He's right there. Watch him. Look like he's going to come. Then he's going to drop. That's why I think Bo Levi Mitchell went. He said a defensive lineman dropping back there. I don't think he could break in front of that fast enough.
That's the 11th different receiver that Mitchell has found in this game. Litre is the short yardage quarterback right now. With Tuck behind him. Tuck motions to the right. Litre makes his way forward for a yard or 2 or whatever's needed for a first down.
Yeah, he got it.
And Hamilton moves the chains.
No reason to stop now. Easily placed. Get up on your feet. Lions fans and wait.
Hamilton at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10, looking to win their 4th straight here. Mitchell has been on fire since his second quarter interception. Doesn't matter who he's got in the game. He finds who's open, delivers the ball with accuracy. We are seeing vintage Bo right now. Lions showing some pressure again. Bo rolls to his right. Has a receiver there. It's Tim White.
Well, this is the play, or at least one of them.
Gain of 6, maybe 7.
Ryan Phillips has sent some blitz. Sent Gary Peters at one point on a blitz, and Peters got a sack on Bo Levi Mitchell. Will the defensive coordinator for the Lions send pressure here or drop everybody?
Regardless of what he does, Mitchell seems to have an answer. Lions bring 4 this time. The pass over the middle. Smith caught, brought down at the 5-yard line in front of TJ Lee, and a first down for Hamilton.
What a game for Keandre Smith. I mean, this is one of those games that takes you to the next level. I mean, that's a clutch play, throw and catch, get it down to the 5-yard line, inside position on one of the best veteran DBs in the league. It's TJ Lee on that crossing route.
The way Mitchell's moving the ball, this feels inevitable here. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Mitchell looking to call game. He's got Tuck and McCoy in. A little bit of confusion here. Play clock down to 5, 4. This time the give to Litre, not going to get there. Doesn't get much, maybe a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and call it 4. But some confusion there offensively for Hamilton.
Boy, was there ever. They wanted to get the protections right, and they had Robinson and Tuck in both to get that big group up front because they wanted to run it, but they had them on the wrong side. And Mitchell just trying to get them lined up right there.
2nd and goal from the 4. You've got to think they're going to throw it here. Keep the game in Mitchell's hands. Lions come with just 3. The throw into the end zone, and it is incomplete. No flags.
Ronald Kent gets there. They try to throw the fade. Inside fade with Kent on the trail. And he plays it to perfection. Leary Orange trying to get 6'5" up there, but he times the jump and looks back to the ball, and that's the key to not draw the penalty flag.
Hamilton is challenging that there's defensive pass interference on the play. We're going to review the play.
What do you think? Looked like you got a grab there.
Well, I think there's you know, obviously it's a great challenge. I mean, you want to have the command center take another look. Let's take another couple looks at it. I think playing live, him looking back to the ball was the key to not draw a penalty flag. Yeah, no,
I don't know how you don't call that. He grabbed him by the shoulder pads and pulled him down, or prevented him from going up.
No, I don't know if he prevented him. He jumped up. He had his hand on him. There's no question about that.
The question comes down to clear and obvious at this stage, I would think.
And I just don't think there was enough there. That just. Now he does have his hand on the jersey and the shoulder pad, so that might be enough. We'll see. We'll see what they say.
Let's wait for the call. The call of the year here for these two teams.
Wow.
After review by the command center, we have pass interference. BC number 21. Foul was in the goal. Ball will be placed at the 1 yard line. First down.
See, and the reason I'm not a fan of this is O'Leary Orange jumps, and yeah, his hand's there, but think of it as a crossing route or something like that. I'm not sure if he doesn't let him jump. Look, he's off the ground. So it's like his hand is there, but it's not holding him from jumping.
First and goal from the 1. Glorious opportunity here for Hamilton. Kent comes out of the game with the short yardage defense. Powell is in as a receiver. Littre will run to the right, to run to the left. He is in for the touchdown. Ticats win this one. The Hamilton Ticats come all the way back. 18 points in the fourth quarter and an overtime touchdown here.
And the weekly discussion on the command center continues. Take a look at the touchdown. It's just a huge pile right between the tackles. So Littre takes it off the left side to score, but this came down to an overturned. Has to be clear and obvious. And, you know, you have one opinion on it. I have a different opinion on it. If O'Leary Orange wasn't allowed to jump, if he couldn't jump and was held down by Ronald Kent, then that's interference. If you have your hand on him and he still jumps, your hand is there, you're allowed to have your hand on the receiver. It's like if he runs a curl, you're allowed to have your hand on his back. But if he's not allowed to jump here, if he holds him down without jumping, remember the call on the play is a clean play. The officials on the field said this was not pass interference. And I know Hamilton fans say, hey, if you have your hand there, then that's interference and whatever. Like you say, we're sitting in the booth with two different opinions, but to overturn it in clear and obvious.
Yeah, the standard certainly changed when they went back to clear and obvious. You know, certainly I saw a grab, but nonetheless, when you are Bo Levi Mitchell and you go 29 for your last 30, this is as good as we have seen this guy play. 5 years ago, he was the gold standard for quarterbacks in this league, and he is slowly creeping up back to that level.
Yeah, and let's be clear, even if that play stood, they're going to a second overtime because that was a chip shot field goal that they would have extended the game and gone and played. So again, take nothing away from the fourth quarter for Bo Levi Mitchell, and also the Hamilton Tiger Cats defensively keeping it close in the first half, because it looked like BC really had the edge in the first half, but it didn't show in the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And the Hamilton Ticats are now up to 6 wins, just 1 behind Toronto.